I'm third generation here in Fayetteville. All the dudes in the family, my dad, my grandfather, we all share the same names. There's a lot of name recognition, you see. There's my friends that I have, there's parents' friends, there's grandparents' friends, there's sisters' friends, aunts and uncles' friends. It's just a way of saying that when you're 19 and you get shit-hammered drunk and bust your face up and end up in the hospital, the social reverberations are magnified quite a bit. My buddy James comes from the same place. We both have older sisters who are kind of different from us a little bit. James has an older brother, but at the age of 34, unemployed and living with his mom, his older brother announced that he was pretty sure he's the 11th best Halo player in the world. So we dismissed him and cast him aside, you know. And so James also comes from the same place. He's third generation here in Fayetteville. And his grandfather was the dean of Fulbright. His dad was a state rep, whose career was cut short due to incarceration. And so, when James and I found each other, I was in the 7th grade, he was in the 8th grade, we became buds, we became brothers. And when we graduated high school, we got the hell out of here. We sought anonymity. And James went to California, and I went to Seattle, Washington. 2 years later, it's the holidays, and I've moved back home. James is still in California. I've moved, in fact, in with my parents because my dad's sick, and my mom needs some help taking care of him, and I obviously want to spend as much time with him as possible. And so, it's the holidays, James is visiting, he's here to see his family, and that's an interesting thing about the holidays in your hometown, because 1, 2, 3 years after graduation, all the vultures are flying back in. And there's going to be a house party that materializes, and they're all going to be there, and you get to check in and see how people are taking care of themselves for the first time, right? I mean, and they're all going to be there. And you're like, oh, there's Tina, she moved to LA and became a slut. And there's Andrea, she moved to Shreveport and became a slut. And there's Denise, she stayed here and stayed a slut. This is the mind of a 19-year-old kid, also, all right. So a party does materialize. We're like, all right, we gotta get to this place. And so James and myself and 2 of our friends, Drew and the D-Man, we load up in Drew's truck and go to this house party. It's not far from here. And we're approaching this place, and the house sits on a corner lot. It's a raised lot. And we're going up these series of precarious and terrible steps. The yard is terraced, and there's rock outcroppings, and there's no light, and there's no handrail. I'm like, all right, Butler, keep your head in the game. After you get all boozed up, this is going to present a set of challenges getting back down. Keep your head on a swivel. All right, noted. So we get to the party, and we open the door, and it is happening. We're like, all right. Let's all 4, let's keep it real nice and tight. Keep it close together. Let's keep it by the door, too. This party could suck. We might want to make a quick exit. There could be a fight that breaks out, maybe. Quick exit. Also, it's so much more fun to keep it nice and tight, pick the birds off the line with their snarky comments. Speaking of which, is that Lauren over there? She's got new titties. Is that Colson talking to her? It is, yeah, Colson wants to see those titties. And is that Damien over there mixing rum shots for girls who are still in high school? Classy move, Damien. What I would expect from you. Damien would later be spotted dancing alone in the shallow end of the swimming pool in an episode of MTV Spring Break. Anywho, we brought a flask and we got after it and started drinking and got drunk pretty quick. That dangerous kind of quick drunk. And before, this is a matter of minutes, James is chatting with a gaggle of girls and seems to upset the sensibilities of one of them with some shitty comment. And she happens to be dating a member of the Rodriguez clan. There are 9 brothers in the Rodriguez clan. I was friends with the youngest too. It doesn't matter though, there's 9 of them. The oldest was like, at this point already like a 30-year veteran bartender at Rogers Red. And so we have pissed off a girl that is dating one of the Rodriguez clan, and they are all there. And like the Matrix, they materialize. I mean, in a millisecond, they materialize from the walls, from the ceiling, up from the furniture, and they are hurling themselves towards us. And the thing is, like, yeah, so I know 2 of them. That's a minority, man. That's 2 out of 9. It doesn't matter. You insult one, you insult the entire family. And so all 4 of us knew it's time to we gotta get out of here. And like I said, we were close to the door. D-Man and Drew, they're gone. They've like flown to the car. James and I are getting through the door. James turns, gets one more comment in. I have my back to the door, all right, and we're on this front porch. It's one of those preformed, like 5-step concrete thing with no railing, the kind of thing you get at like Chicken Holler in Farmington. And I put my hand on his chest. See, he's backwards. I'm facing down the steps. Put my hand on his chest to kind of goad him right towards the steps. But my path was off by 90 degrees. And I went off the side. And it was so quiet, flying through the air for what felt like 10 seconds. Until we hit the ground. And I remember the sound that James's head made. It was kind of like a wooden mallet on a cantaloupe. I don't really remember the sound I made, but I remember the taste. It was warm and salty. And I was like, dude, get up, the Rodriguez brothers are still coming here for us. We gotta go. And we make our way through this terrible yard, little Tibet, and to the truck where the guys were hanging out, and it was under a street lamp. And so we materialized out of the dark, blood on my face. And we're like, Jesus Christ, we're gonna get you to a hospital. And I was like, yeah, Rodriguez brothers, you're welcome. This one's on the house. Don't worry about it. I'll kick my own ass. Now, take me to the hospital. So we load up and go to the hospital. Both my parents, my dad and my mom, worked at the hospital. So they weren't working at this point in time, but they had worked at the hospital. And so I had a sense of like familiarity and comfort with the place. And in fact, it was kind of like coming home. You know, like I'd accompany my folks I would accompany them to the hospital, you know, just kind of like go to work with your parents kind of a day. There was no immediate association of like illness or injury, so it was comfortable, you know, it was fine. And I was trying to extend that sense of familiarity to my friends there in the ER waiting room. I'm like, oh, it's cool, the bathrooms are down there, there's vending machines over there, and the TV's on. You guys just relax, just be quiet. I'm like, let's just try to do this thing quietly. Let's get in and out of the hospital quietly. But it's taking some time, and the natives grow a little restless and start making some noise. And finally, I'm allowed through the double doors. The doctor is there. And 2 things, he's a plastic surgeon. And I was like, see, these people are great. They look like the plastic surgeon's gonna fix me up. Also, he looked just like Kenny G. And I was like, oh, and my drug was I'm like, we can talk about music. And so I lay down and he put some shots in my face and we're looking and stuff. And he started to stitch me up. And I'm like, I'm trying to connect with this guy and just like let him know how thankful I am for his services and whatnot, you know? And I'm like, you know, I really appreciate it. Stop talking, buddy. I'm working on your mouth. Okay, you got it. I mean, because I understand the on-call thing, and it's such a sacrifice. He's like, buddy, stop talking. I'm working on your mouth. I'm thinking to myself, my grandfather played the saxophone. My grandfather played the saxophone too. What kind of music do you like? He's like, dude, stop. Stop. All right? Okay, sorry. He stitches me up, and Denny comes in and he's like, listen, hey, you gotta find your own way home because we got kicked out. James insulted the security guard, made a big scene, so we have to leave. And that's when I knew that we were not making it out quietly and under the radar. And this is where the story kind of takes a dark turn. So at the time, my dad had Alzheimer's, and so I was living at home and helping to take care of him. And that night was my night to go out and party and see my friends. And so my sister came to the house and relieved me of my duties taking care of my dad. Because my mom wasn't there because she was 4 floors up in the hospital recovering from a hysterectomy. Yeah, the chick's up. All right, let's go. So I called my girlfriend. I'm like, you gotta come pick me up from the hospital. I had an accident. I go outside to smoke a cigarette, which is a brilliant idea when you've had mouth surgery. And I'm sure there was like a concrete bench, but there was also a leather wheelchair, and that looked comfortable. So I sat down in the wheelchair and I was smoking. And she rolls up and she's like, oh my God, what have you done? I'm like, it's fine, it's all the face. It's just the face. And we get back to my house at 5 a.m., 5 hours late, and my sister is so pissed off. She comes and unlocks the door, opens it, just turns around and just marches out the front door. Doesn't even see this like glistening gash on my face. And my girlfriend, it's pretty remarkable. She was like, man, you need to get some rest because your mom's coming home from the hospital in about 5 hours. Why don't you get some rest? And she took care of my dad and dressed him and fed him and gave him his meds. It was kind of remarkable. So we had a few hours of sleep. She woke me up and was like, clean up. Your mom's coming home. So I wait for her in the kitchen. And the door opens. It's my mom, my sister. And her figure casts out the sun. She's there with a cane. And she wobbles into the kitchen and she just, and Sarah's, my sister. My sister's behind her with a sack of burgers for lunch. And they wobble into the kitchen and my mom says no words and she just shakes her head. Because she had heard earlier that morning that her son was down in the ER, getting his face stitched up, whiskey drunk. And so my sister doles out the burgers, one for mama, one for daddy, one for my girlfriend, and one for her, and that's it. And I was like, got it, it's clear. Just kind of sitting there watching them eat, and I'm like, is anybody not that hungry? You want to share it? Never mind. All right, I got it. The doorbell rings, and my mom looks at me again. No word spoken, and she nods. Go answer the door. And we're like, oh my God, we know everyone, and the sympathy dishes are starting to arrive. And it was my job for the next 36 hours to answer the door for all 28 sympathy dishes that were brought by our house. And so, because I got drunk, I got to explain to all of the good people that were helping take care of the Butler family why and how I disappointed our family. Thank you very much.